So don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to comment and like this video. Also, if you leave a comment with a question that you'd like me to answer, I'll try to answer it for you. Our first cassette was called Other Worlds. It was later re-released on SST as Other Worlds, as an EP. And it's on vinyl and everything. However, when we first put it out, that was our first release. It had songs like Barriers, The Turning, and Other Worlds, which was the title track. Other Worlds for us to find. And them songs. So, what my point is here, Calvin Johnson, he was our first ever distributor, K Records. So we made the tape. Lee, my brother, Gary Lee, he actually went to elementary school with Calvin. In Ellensburg. Calvin lived in Ellensburg for a short time. And he said he just remembers this kid, Calvin, being kind of a weird, quiet kid. And he'd draw these crazy pictures, kind of like weird stick figure, kiddo kind of pictures. And if you look at Beat Happening album covers, I don't know if Calvin drew those, but that's what they look like too, so. There you go. His art continued on into his rock career. So anyway, so we find out about Calvin. Steve Fisk kind of knew about it too, what was going on with Kay. So we send him the tapes, made some tapes, sent them to him. He likes it, so he puts it out. He distributes it in his mail order printed newsletter. Now, this is how they used to do it. We used to have fanzines. Printed, like they were the blogs of today. We had fanzines. We had distributors like K that did mail order, and they put a little couple-page catalog with all their product in it. And in this catalog, it had Other Worlds. And I remember we got the catalog, and we were so excited because it was the first time we ever even been in print or anything. So it says, Hick teens from Ellensburg serve up psychedelic something. So we were really into that. Had a picture of us, a picture of the tape. I still have that somewhere. Maybe I'll have to throw it up as a picture. Here. We got to be friends with Calvin. We got involved, whereas Calvin booked this little tour. What do you call the tour? It was like 4 shows or something. And it was like Anacortes was one of them. It was all at like Eagles Lodge kind of shows, like where you had to talk. Anyway, and I remember that particular little lodge tour that Calvin booked. He even had a name for it. I can't remember he named the tour. It was Girl Trouble, Beat Happening, Screaming. And we had a great time. That was when I discovered that at Elks Lodges, there is, if you go up on the stage, and there's a curtain, there's a velvet curtain there, usually a small curtain. You pull that back and there's a picture of an eagle, and there's a picture of a dead guy in a casket. Eagle in a casket. I don't know what that means. It's probably some Illuminati, or they use it for funerals. I don't know. It's all the Masons. Masons. That's what it is. So, Calvin is probably a Mason. Both my grandfathers were Masons. This one's my great-grandfather, Harrison. I am not this time. part of the cause. So, don't worry. That being said, back to the K thing. So we do these cool little tours. Bellingham, we played. Years later, we went back and played in Bellingham, and there was actually a stabbing at one of our shows, but that was another story. Anyway, so Calvin books this little tour. We go on it. We hang out with Girl Trouble. We start meeting more people like that. We start playing at Gesco in Olympia, I think it was called. Something like that. Gesco. This little, like, kind of college-run little club place thing. Anyway, so really, we didn't really play Seattle much. We'd play Ellensburg some. We had Hell Home Center in Ellensburg where we did shows. We had bands like Nirvana played there a couple times. Our friends had bands. There was a band called Chaos in Ellensburg. There was a band called King Crab. A band called Morpheus. A lot of these got the same members in and out. There were some of the names of people, I'm sorry if I leave people out, Jim Nylander, Big Hill. There was Beatrice Grace, Jamie. There was Mike Nelson. There was Matt Barnum. Matt was in King Crab after Jamie left as a singer. He was also in a band called Barnum's Amusement. These are Ellensburg bands. There was Patrick's bands. My little brother Pat had some bands. He had Green Suit. He had the Cheer Up Gang. He had a bunch more. The main one was Green Suit, if I remember right. Green Suit played with us. Sam Van Lanningham. There was Alex Van Lanningham. He was a musician in some bands around town. These are people from Ellensburg. I don't mean to leave people out. I'm sorry if I do, but just train of thought. Then in Yakima, there was a band called Blaze Brigade, which actually I'm still friends with Ron Garcia, who was in that band, the bass player. He was also in Elm from Seattle, and he's been in a million bands. Great guy, great bass player, great guitar player. Blaze Brigade, Yakima. Seattle at the time, I think, had Soundgarden, who I didn't really know about much. And then there was Bundle of Kids. Contained members Dan Peters from Mudhoney, Kurt Danielson from Tad Now My Brother. Yes, I'm married sister. And later rendition had Tad from Tad. Singers Russ Bartlett and Jamie, and see, I didn't know these guys, so I can't remember. They're Stanwood guys, a lot of them where I live now. We're in Bundle of Kids. Peters used to live on Camano Island, which I used to live there too. But yeah, so these are the bands that are around. Then in Olympia, you had Girl Trouble, you had Beat Happening, you had the Pounding Surfs from Anacortes, you had another band called Chaos from Anacortes, with the bass player's name I remember was Van Davalar, and they had a giant drum set that they unveiled before the show. I remember that. There was some of the guys Gravel were in the Pounding Surfs, I believe. And Brett Lunsford would be happening with the Anacortes. So there was a bunch of people up there, and I can't remember people's names. Then there was the Melvins from Aberdeen. I knew about them. And in Portland, important bands. The Wipers, Greg Sage. Then you have Napalm Beach, Chris Newman, and company. All those guys. So that's kind of the climate. Then in Eastern Washington we had Laurel Crux. Later on there's a band called Diddley Squad from out there that were good. There was a bunch of bands out there. At that time though, off the top of my head, I couldn't think Laurel Crux. Anyway, this was kind of the bands we knew. Bands we played with. In Ellensburg, I remember I just found a picture of a show we did at Velvetone. The only show there was one of our first live shows ever. Playing at the studio with Pete Happening, and it was just like our friends showed up and we sat on the floor and played a show. And that's how shows happened. Back then it was just like somebody's house, or it was like community center. We had health homes. Anyway, that's the environment that we entered into when we started Screaming Trees in the Northwest, as far as I saw it. That's all I knew. My limited view. Anyway, here are some album covers and pictures from back then I thought I'd throw in and show you. Enjoy.
By the way, the music you're listening to during this video is brought to you by Micro.gnome. It's from the album 4D Sugar Cubes. It's available on Amazon. It's my brother Gary Lee's band. Check it out.